Hey guys, right here I have a 2013 Toyota Prius Luxury. And today I'm gonna make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here's the key fob. Let's go ahead and start it up first. The Prius Luxury does come with Toyota's version of a keyless entry and start system, so just have the key fob on yourself. The doors are currently unlocked. Press this ribbed area to lock it, and to unlock it, just tap the area behind the door handles. Centrally mounted instrument cluster, and in conjunction with that keyless entry, you do have keyless start as well. Just have the key fob inside the car. Put your foot on the brake and press the blue power button to start. This car has 2,399 kilometers. The Prius Luxury comes with an electric power steering system that is controlled via a leather-wrapped steering wheel with a flat bottom design. Only one transmission is available for the Prius. This said transmission is an electronically controlled, continuously variable transmission, otherwise known as eCVT. CVT is basically an automatic transmission with an infinite number of gear ratios that allows you to maximize fuel efficiency while driving, as well as have a smoother drive. It is quite easy to operate the gear lever. To put it into drive, put your foot on the brake, click the gear lever to the right and down. Simply pulling it down while in drive activates your engine braking mode that sort of acts as a low gear mode for this transmission. For neutral, click the gear lever to the right. For reverse, click the lever to the right and up. While in reverse, the parking sensors will activate along with the reverse camera that is displayed on the 6.1-inch touchscreen head unit. For park, simply press the button labeled P above the gear lever. The row of buttons above the hazard light switch controls your different driving modes: Power, Eco, and EV. Power is when the accelerator is most responsive, giving marginally better acceleration. Eco gears the car towards better fuel consumption by changing the responsiveness of the accelerator and air conditioning settings. EV mode, when possible, allows the car to run only on the electric motor. There is also a fourth driving mode, which is called Normal. In Normal, there are no changes towards the air conditioning or accelerator. Among the safety features available on the Prius are 7 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, traction control, vehicle stability control, hill start assist, immobilizer, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the rear seats. Let's go ahead and turn on the hazards, lights, front and rear fog lights, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. The Prius Luxury gets 15-inch alloy rims with plastic covers that improves aerodynamics. These rims are wrapped in Yokohama Aspect 195/65 R15 tires. The brakes are hydraulic and regenerative with ventilated discs in the front and solid discs out back. MacPherson struts with stabilizer bar makes up the front suspension, while the rear gets a torsion beam setup. Toyota's Prius has been around for about 17 years now, and it was the world's first mass-produced hybrid car. It has been through 3 generations and a few body styles. The first generation Prius, which had a 4-door saloon body style, was available from 1997 till 2003. The second generation Prius switched to a 5-door hatchback body style, and this was available from 2003 till 2009. The third and current generation Prius, which was launched back in 2009, retained the previous generation's body style. In 2011, apart from the facelift of the regular Prius hatchback, the Prius family was expanded to include 3 new models. These 3 models comprise of the Prius plug-in hybrid, which is essentially the plug-in version of the regular Prius, the Prius V, also known as the Prius Plus in Europe and the Prius Alpha in Japan, which is a compact multi-purpose vehicle that has more interior room, and the Prius C or the Aqua as it is sold in Japan, which is a B-segment hatchback and the smallest amongst the Prius family. Under the bonnet of the Prius resides Toyota's 2ZR FXE 1.8-litre Atkinson cycle engine. The engine, which is a dual overhead cam, 16-valve inline-4 unit, comes with variable valve timing with intelligence, and it produces 98 horsepower at 5200 rpm and 142 Nm of torque at 4000 rpm. The electric motor produces 81 horsepower and 207 Nm of torque for a combined system output of 134 horsepower. 0 to 100 takes around 10.4 seconds onto a top speed of 180 km per hour. The Prius has a 45-litre fuel tank with a combined fuel consumption of 3.9 litres per 100 km. A low 89 grams of carbon dioxide is emitted per kilometer, and the Prius is front-wheel drive. The third generation Prius, also known as the XW30 Prius, first arrived in Malaysia back in August 2009. Back then, it was available with only one variant. The facelifted XW30 arrived in February 2012. The facelift, which brought minor changes to the Prius all-round, debuted in Malaysia with 2 variants, the Prius and the Prius Luxury. The Prius is the cheaper of the two, with the Prius Luxury gaining several features and a slightly higher price tag. Exterior features of the Prius Luxury includes automatic auto-leveling LED projector headlights, LED daytime running lights, headlight washer system, front and rear fog lights, automatic wipers, rear parking sensors, and LED rear lights.
You do have one of your JBL speakers down there with some storage. Your window controls right up here, like it says, all of them are automatic. Central locking, as well as your window lock. Right down here you do have your mirror controls to the right, as well as the button to activate your headlight washer system.
The parking brake is right above the dead pedal. It is currently engaged. Push it once to disengage it and push it back down to engage it.
Pull this lever to release your fuel cap. And the driver's seat in the Prius Luxury gets full manual adjustments, with the exception of lumbar, which is powered. Which means this one right here is for your seat back, this lever right here is for your seat height, and this bar down here is for your seat position. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. If you do notice, the window actually slows down before it reaches the top or it reaches the bottom. The Prius does have a single zone automatic climate control system. Your fan speed to the left, temperature control right here, off, automatic, recirculation, different modes, air conditioning, your air filtration system, as well as your front and rear defrost.
The Prius Luxury does come standard with a 6.1-inch color touchscreen head unit with various media connectivity options and a JBL sound system with 8 Green Edge speakers and an 8-channel amplifier.
It is quite an impressive sound system. It does have good bass response from the speakers, but this is your main FM screen. You do have your 6 customizable stations down here, hit station list, and it brings up your list of available radio stations in the area. Hit source to go to your different media options. Instead of scrolling up and down, you can just hit all and it brings up your available media options. You do have FM, AM, Bluetooth audio streaming, CD, auxiliary, USB, and all that. Back to your FM screen. And the buttons on the right, you do have your eject for the CD player, which is right up there. It is MP3 compatible. Your seat track buttons, bringing up your different media options again. On the left side, the buttons control your navigation if included, but this one isn't, so it's just a button that will, if pressed, will say system not installed. Setup brings up your system setup. Display setup right up there, you can turn the screen off. As well as adjusting the contrast or brightness for your general display or the reverse camera display. Your general settings with your language, beep, and all that. Your Bluetooth telephone menu, you can connect a device, delete a device, connect your audio player, go through your Bluetooth settings, and look at your paired phones. Telephone settings, you can access your phone book or sound settings through this menu. Vehicle settings, and your audio settings. You do have your sound system set up with your bass, mid, treble, balance and fader, as well as your digital sound processing. Car brings up your energy consumption, your fuel consumption, and all that data. In this menu, apart from your consumption data, you do have your cruising range as well. You can clear the data and start again. Hit the last button, brings up your Bluetooth telephone menu. You do have your dialing pad, you can connect your phone, and you do have your on hook off hook button right down here as well. And that's about it for the system. The one right here tunes between your different radio stations, and this is your volume power button. Front quarter windows, central locking, and this car does have power folding mirrors. On the left stalk, you do have your wiper controls. On the right, you do have your light and indicator controls. On the right spoke, you do have your buttons to adjust your temperature for the climate control, as well as the button to activate or deactivate your recirculation. You also have your display and trip meter buttons, and that actually controls your display and trip meter right in the instrument cluster. First, display. Right now you do have your energy monitor, your hybrid system indicator, your fuel consumption, your monthly fuel consumption record, your seatbelt warning, settings, brings up your petrol price, fuel consumption display, calendar, your time, language, turning the screen off, and back to your energy monitor. Now for trip, you do have your mileage right now, your trip meter, range, turning the display off, and back to your mileage. On the left spoke, you do have your audio controls with your volume, switching between your different tracks or radio stations, and switching between your different modes. You also do have your on hook off hook button right down here. Right down here on this bottom stalk, you do have your cruise control. This set of buttons on the left and right spokes are actually touch sensitive, so if you put your finger above it, it shows up on the instrument cluster. And I believe this is what Toyota calls a touch tracer system. The steering wheel in this car is tilt and telescopic. You adjust it using this lever right here. Right here you do have the controls for your clock as well as your heads-up display. You do have the button to turn it on or off, as well as your brightness and height adjustments. Cup holder, another one right here, armrest with storage down below, and right in here you do have your power outlet as well as USB and auxiliary ports. You might not be able to see it, but it is right down here. auto dimming, rear view mirror, sunglass holder, interior lights, and you do have a vanity mirror with a light for the driver's side sun visor. Right below the center console, you do have quite a bit of storage right there, as well as a power outlet and your heated seats for the driver and front passenger. Alright, so I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now. And continue with the rest of the tour. You do have the speakers on the door panel, along with the window control. Rear seats do fold. Just locate this button, push on it, and fold the rear seat backs down. It does fold down flat. You do have storage pockets on the front seat backs, a rear center armrest with cup holders, and you do have your rear lighting right up here. Hook. And the rear quarter windows do provide some extra illumination into the cabin when there is light. There is a touchpad right beneath the Toyota badge that opens up the rear hatch.
Boot space in the Prius is 445 litres with the rear seats in place. Once the rear seats have been folded and the cargo cover removed, boot space then increases to 1120 litres. There is a lockable storage area underneath the boot floor. The cargo cover does a fairly good job of keeping items in the boot away from prying eyes. Underneath the cover on the right side of the boot is the car's battery, and underneath the cover on the left is some storage. There is also a light to the left that illuminates the area.
You do have adjustable headrests, front and rear. Front passenger seat does get manual adjustments as well. It just doesn't have the lumbar as well as your height control. This car does have a split level glove box, one right up here and another one right down here, so you're able to store quite a number of items in here. Your airbag warning lights. And you do have the same vanity mirror with a light for this passenger side sun visor.
The Prius is actually quite a nice car to drive. The engine, together with the electric motor, provides enough power for day-to-day driving and the occasional highway run. Suspension is quite comfortable as well. Being a hybrid, fuel consumption is quite good. In terms of interior ergonomics, everything is well laid out and within easy reach of the driver. The heads-up display is a nice touch and it allows the driver to know what speed he or she is at without taking his or her eyes off the road.
Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2013 Toyota Prius Luxury. Thanks for watching and goodbye.